My name is Sven and you're watching Pulse. Yes, I thought I'd try Pulse out this week, but let's not waste any more time here though. Let's get on to the news. Blizzard has told us that the time of the cheater in Starcraft 2 is fast coming to an end. They're going to be using the same approach that they use in World of Warcraft, where they constantly ban hackers, cheaters or exploiters in waves. This actually ties in brilliantly with a video I saw the other day about a guy actually warping immortals into play in a ladder match in Starcraft 2. Now I'm not 100% sure it's actually real, but the guy claims it's real, and I do remember Blizzard mentioning that immortals were meant to come from the gateway originally. Pretty funny nonetheless. You can find the full quote from Blizzard and the video I mentioned in the links below. As part of Blizzard's continuing efforts to ensure fair play and an enjoyable ladder system, they've recently identified 3 issues and fixed them via hotfixes on the Battle.net servers. I for one had no idea that this happened, but I'm pretty happy about it nonetheless. It's pretty impressive that they can make these changes on the fly. Below you can find the improvements and changes for team matchmaking and placement of said teams. The winner of the long-running Nvidia Gosu Gamers art contest has finally been chosen. It seems like there was a lot of drama involved with the voting and choosing of the winner. The winner won with only a few votes at the time of the polls closing, and apparently a lot of people think the second place guy should have won it instead. I really do disagree. I honestly think the first place guy's submission was much better than the second place one, but who am I to judge that? You can see both entries over at gosugamers.net or in the links below. It seems like we may well be seeing another Starcraft 2 themed novel soon. This one, rumoured to be titled Devil's Due, will be a follow-up to the popular Heaven's Devils novel. It's been written by longtime Blizzard author Christie Golden, and the release date is rumoured to be April 2011. We've also been told that it reveals the exploits that shaped the game's heroes Jim Raynor and Tychus Finlay. You can read more about that below. Chrono Triggercraft? Now that inserting 2D sprites into Starcraft 2 is a reality, people are getting all sorts of creative with the Galaxy editor. Just a couple of days ago, Mappiato showed off a Chrono Trigger concept that he'd been working on. Yes, Chrono Trigger in Starcraft 2. You can find the full quote below along with the video of the game in action. There are a few Starcraft 2 characters that are locking horns with other famously fiendish villains. At the moment, Kerrigan is facing off against the Joker. Sadly, Diablo has already lost to Darth Vader, and we can't let the Sith Lord take out Kerrigan too. So if you want to help your favorite characters by voting or just seeing the results so far, you can head on over to gamespot.com or just check the links below. Blizzard Entertainment and Jinx have opened up a cool competition to win a Starcraft 2 Marine t-shirt. All you have to do is send them a screenshot that fits with the theme that they give us every week. This week's theme is All Your Base. ... So if you have an interesting or creative screenshot involving a base, you'd best get that entry in soon. Because I spoke about this a couple of weeks ago, I thought I would just mention that Blizzard is apparently thinking of making a Starcraft 2 movie entirely in CGI. So if I got this right, we'll be seeing something akin to the cinematics in Starcraft 2 for 2 hours long? Now that sounds good to me. The Blizzard fan art section has been updated with a couple of new Starcraft 2 themed pictures. They're really cool and definitely worth checking out. You can find the gallery in the links below. The top 200 player lists have again been updated, so if you want to see who's on top or who's dropped down to the bottom, you can find those links below as well. Tournament news. Here we go. The Zerg player Moman has managed to win the first Craft Cup Light. He took down fellow Zerg player Rigid in the finals. The Terran player Cass managed to take Compito Cup number 5. I'm still trying to figure out who he actually played against in the finals. I can't seem to find it on any news sites whatsoever, so just bear with me here, at least we know who won it. The Terran powerhouse Strelok took Zotac Cup number 22. He faced off against Zerg player Dark Force in the finals and managed to take it with an impressive 3-1. The Protoss player Mana took the Go for SC2 Cup number 37 this past weekend. He battled it out against the Terran player Shu. Yes, I've been told that that's how we're supposed to say it, and won with a score of 3-1. The Protoss player Hasu Obs took the Go for SC2 Cup number 38 on Wednesday evening. He beat the Zerg Hey Pro in the finals with a score of 3-2. Take's Home Story Cup took place this past weekend between the German IEM qualifiers and the Go for SC2 Cup number 37. 8 top European players competed for the €300 prize money. In an all-Terran final, De Muslim proved to be the best player on the day by taking down Brat OK with a score of 3-1. The guys over at the Global Starcraft 2 League have been furiously playing and are now down to their round of 32 games. Sadly, one of the fan favorites, Idra, was knocked out this week. He lost to the Korean Protoss player Lotzi. You can find a link below to the Team Liquid forums and a thread that'll probably have all the info you'd ever need on the GS2L's progress. There's also a lot going on with the IEM, EPS, ESL Pro Series and many others. Those names get a little bit crazy if you read them too often. You can find everything I know about those in the links below because that really is a bit too much to cover in just 15 minutes. Now I've got a few small pieces of news about clan additions and transfers, as well as new players moving to Starcraft 2. The legendary Brood War player July, who apparently told everyone that he was going to retire from Brood War and move on to Starcraft 2, has found a new home. The new team he's in, Startail, will be built up around him, and I'm sure we're going to be hearing a lot more about that soon. The well-known Four Kings clan has added a Starcraft 2 lineup. Idra and Tasteless have joined the clan Evil Geniuses. Up-and-coming Terran player Nama has joined Mouse Sports. You can read about all of that in the links below, but that's it for international news. Let's move on to local. The Polar Fluke Factions League is still up and running and has entered its 3rd week of play. There are also rumours about the next Polar Fluke competition that's set to happen on the 10th of October. For updates concerning any of that, you'd best visit polarfluke.co.za for more. The Demolition Expedition Starcraft 2 tournament is over and Panda Tank managed to win. Well done to him for making it all the way to the finals and taking out fellow Protoss player Mint Stripe with a convincing 3-0. A few fan favourites were knocked out in the earlier rounds, including Chase, Angry African and Dreamer. The tournament ran pretty smoothly overall on its incredibly tight, yet at the same time pretty slack schedule. The top 3 players are walking away with some impressive prizes, so you can read more about that over at the Fujin Starcraft 2 site. Just check the links below for more on that. On the local side of clan news, it seems like the brothers Angry African and Dreamer have left the Ventus Gaming MGO. The two players claim that they are too busy to play for the gaming clan at the moment and need to focus on other aspects of their life, including their jobs, first. We don't know much about it, but it must be a sad day for Ventus Gaming, so you can read more about that below. Time for the Warcraft news. On Sunday morning, yes, Sunday morning, Blizzard decided to launch the 4.0.1 patch on the public test realms. I'm pretty confused as to why it happens on a Sunday, but at the same time, I'm pretty happy about it. This patch introduces the new streaming client, class and talent changes, and much more. You can see the official patch notes below, and you can already start downloading this on your live client. As usual, there's quite a lot of Cataclysm news to get through. The guys over at MMO Champion have been speculating, formulating and calculating. They can now almost guarantee that we'll be seeing Cataclysm launch early in the month of November. Is it true? I sure hope so. You can read more about that over at MMO Champion or just check the links below. Another Cataclysm beta build, oh nay. This one is around 500 megs in size and totes quite a few improvements, changes and new additions. This patch sees the long-awaited archaeology profession added to the game, a lot of area and map updates, and a ton of smaller yet no less interesting changes and additions. You can read the full patch notes below or over at miton.co.za. So sticking with that for a second here, I've uploaded a really cool guide to the new archaeology profession. You can find it over at miton.co.za and it will cover pretty much everything about this new profession that you'd ever want to know. I've even included maps to all the dig sites and fossil fields out there, which will be updated regularly. So be sure to check that out and leave a comment to let me know what you think. World of Raids has a nice little post up covering all the mounts, items and recipes we'll be getting from the guild reward system. You can head on over to worldofraids.com to see what you need to kill or loot to get your hands on those amazing looking rewards. The Cataclysm development team took some time out of their no doubt busy schedule to explain to us the new currency system that's going to be used in Cataclysm once it launches. In short, they tell us how all the older badges will be removed, that's everything below Triumph, and converted into gold. Triumph and Frost badges will earn you their new currency, Justice Points. You can read the full quote below, and I think for all you hardcore wowers out there, that's pretty much the best reason you'd ever get to stop buying those Saranites and gems with your badges. If you want to find out how much you're going to be getting, you can find a cute little currency calculator over at mmochampion.com. With the apparent removal or conversion of Zul'Gurub, it was only a matter of time before some of the other old world raids got hit too. The 20-man version of Anchorage is apparently going to be converted into a 10-man raid. While none of this is set in stone, and we have yet to hear if it's going to be a level 60 or level 85 raid, it's still pretty cool that Blizzard is giving the old world raids a bit of loving. You can see the official quote regarding that below. So let's move on to the Diablo news. A new Diablo 3 demo build at BlizzCon 2010? Yes. Okay, I guess we all knew that was going to happen anyway, but it's great to see Blizzard formally announce it. Sort of. Just a day or two ago, the Diablo 3 Twitter feed was updated with an interesting little piece of information. The Twitter feed read, "We're in full BlizzCon mode and nailing down what will be seen in the playable demo. Best BlizzCon ever." End quote. The official Diablo 3 website has once again been updated. This time Blizzard has added a whole page dedicated to the new health system and how it works. This page contains all the current information we have about the health system, health orbs and health potions. If you have yet to read about any of that, you'd better head on over to Diablo3.com right now. There are, as usual, a couple of interesting, yet smaller pieces of Diablo 3 news. Blizzard have shared some information about the party loot system and magic drop chance in Diablo 3. The Diablo 3 Twitter has revealed another runestone effect on a skill. This time the skill is Zombie Dogs. The Jeweler Artisan is seeing its final concepts and moving into early texture and model work soon. For our last piece of Diablo news, Bashiok has let us know that the Diablo 2 ladder will be resetting on the 28th of September. This reset marks the beginning of ladder season 7, and obviously along with that we'll be seeing character wipes as well. So if you're still rolling Diablo 2 full time, it's probably a good thing that you hear this now. So that's it for Diablo. Let's move on to the question of the week. So with last week's question, I didn't get too many answers about which custom maps you enjoy in Starcraft 2. I'm gonna go ahead and say that that's a good thing and assume that you play normal Starcraft 2 multiplayer or the campaign instead. So this week's question, a pretty simple one. Are you gonna be picking up and playing the World of Warcaft Cataclysm when it launches? Leave your replies in the form of comments or video responses below. That's it for this week's show. Yes, sadly it has to end. We're nearing 200 subscribers on the Tales of Lumin YouTube channel now, and I just wanted to let you all know that I'm gonna try and get something special planned for when we hit 200 subs. I know 200 doesn't sound like a lot compared to some of the other guys on YouTube, but I really appreciate it all and it's good that you're all sticking with me. So remember, like it, favorite it, share it and subscribe, but most importantly, happy Warcrafting. I'm just kidding. Happy Starcrafting.